Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So in this video we're going to be talking about Microsoft Word. We're going to be using Microsoft Office 2.19 and we're going to be using Windows 10 operating system. So Microsoft Word is basically used for typing and editing documents. So if you use documents regularly, so you need to be good with Microsoft Word in order to edit and type documents. So let's start the video now. So to open the Microsoft Word environment, you have two options. That is, if you don't have the Word document displayed on the taskbar, you have two options: to go to the start menu and locate Word, which is W, and click on it, or you simply go to the search menu and type in Word. Once you do that, it's going to be displayed and you simply double click on Word icon, or you come over here and click on open. So once you do that, the Microsoft Word is going to be opened up. Now we're using Office 2.19 like I said in the beginning of this video. So here we have different templates, and here we have the recent document that have been used or modified or edited. Now here we have different templates that we can use. We have the resume template, we have the blog post template, we have different templates that we can use to edit our work or type in and process our document. But here in this video we're going to talk about the blank document. You can also get more templates on online templates, and you can log into Microsoft Office to get more templates as well. So we're going to use the blank document. All you need to do is to double click on the blank document. Once you double click on it, it brings out the Word document for you. Now this is the Microsoft Word document environment. This white big space here is the work environment. Here is the work environment where you do your editing and your typing of documents. So now we're going to start with the beginning, talking about the environment of the Microsoft Word. So over here there is written document 1, is known as the Word title bar, where the name of the document is being displayed. Then over here by the left hand side you have the quick access toolbar. These are the bar tools that you use regularly that you can just leave it over here. So we have the save tool, we have the save tool, and so on and so forth. So if you want to add any of these two, you come over to this drop down arrow, click on it. Once you click on it, it brings out all the menus. Now these are the quick tools that are available for you to insert. You have a new, the ones ticked are the ones that are available here. We have save, we have you have open. So here if I deselect any of it, it goes off. So let me remove the save. You can see once I remove the save, once I deselect it, the save icon is being removed. Now if I want to add it back, all I need to do is to click on it and to activate it. So I can put in more too. If you want to draw a table, I can add it here so that it will be easy for me to access. So these are the quick access toolbars, and here we have the tabs. The different tabs in Microsoft Word are the file, home, insert, design, layout, references, mailings, review, view, and help. These are basically the tabs you have in Microsoft Word documents. Now each of these tabs has its own command. Each of these tabs has its own command. The home has its own command, which you have the clipboard, we have the font, we have the paragraph, we have the styles. So the insert has its own commands, the design has its own commands, and so on and so forth. Now having said that, the file menu has its own also, but here we just basically have the info, new, open, save as, history, print. So under the file menu you can do all these things. So to go back, just simply click on this to take it back to the Microsoft Word environment. So the insert tab has its own command, the design tab also has its own command. So each of these tabs basically has their own commands that you can work with. So now we have this part here. We have the minimize, to minimize your Word document. Probably you don't want it to be displayed, just simply click on it. Once you click on it, go straight to the taskbar. So here again I can bring it up again. Now I have this is used for restore and maximize, restore down and maximize. Probably I want this document to look a little bit smaller. Click on it, it becomes a little bit smaller so that I can have more than 2 documents displayed on my desktop. So to get it back to full screen, I come over here and click on maximize. Now this is a close symbol. Once you see this, means to close. So if you want to close this document, I simply click on this red symbol here, and it closes the document. Now, like I said, the tabs has their own commands. In some Microsoft Word document, you're not going to see this command except when you click on the tabs. It didn't display it for you. But here I have the tabs and the commands being displayed together. Now, to get it, I can go back. I can go to this place here. You click on it. It gives you the tab options. You have auto hide ribbon. Once I click on this auto hide ribbon, the tab and the commands simply disappears. Now I have a work environment that does not have any tab, it does not have any title bar, it does not have any command. So to get it back, I'll simply come over here, click on it, show tab. If I want the tabs alone to be shown and I don't want the commands to be shown, I click on show tab. Some Microsoft Word documents are being displayed in this format. So if yours is being displayed in this format, so to get each of the command, you simply click on the tab, and once you click on the tab, the command for that tab comes out. So this is how you do that. So what about if you want both the tabs and the commands to be displayed? Simply click on show tabs and commands. So show tabs and commands shows you the tabs as well as their commands. Now over here, if you come over here, we have the scroll bar that we can use to take our work. This is the work environment. Looks, this white paper here is the work environment, so you can take it up and down, so you can see that. So this is it. So over here we have the zoom in and zoom out. This is zoom out, this is zoom in. The plus sign is to zoom in, while the minus sign is to zoom out. So here we have the horizontal ruler and we have the vertical ruler. Now this horizontal ruler tells us where we want our blinking cursor to start from, our typing to start from. So you can see from here it's starting at this point, and the vertical ruler also tells us where it also to start. So at this point I can type in here. So if I wanted to start somewhere here, I have to drag the ruler over to that particular point that I wanted to start, so that I can have my starting point being displayed. So this is the horizontal ruler and this is the vertical ruler. So here is the work environment. Like I said, now here displays the number of pages that you have in your Microsoft Word document, and here displays the number of words available in the Microsoft Word document. For instance, you were told to type an essay with not less than 500 words. So here it displays the number of words you have, so that it will enable you to know when to stop typing. So just like I said, you can use this ruler to identify your starting point and your ending points. Here you have the ending point. You can drag it over to this direction. Now that means that when I'm typing, it stops at that point. When I'm typing, it won't exit that particular point that I just showed as the ending point of my document. So if let's see. So if I type, you can see that. So but if I extend the ruler, it shows that I can type further. You can see that. So this is a horizontal ruler, while this is the vertical ruler. You can see that. Horizontal and vertical ruler. So having said that, if you are new to the channel, kindly hit the red bell subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and share this video to your friends and family. Give this video a thumbs up, and then drop a comment in the comment section. If you are new to the channel, just say I'm new to the channel and I'll get back to you. Now let's talk about how to save our Microsoft Word document and how to open our Microsoft Word document. Now to save your Microsoft Word document, once you save your Word document, this place written document 1 is going to be replaced with the name of the document you saved it as. So let's save. To save your Word document, there are two types of save in the File tab, which is Save As and Save. Now this Save As you use to save your work for the very first time, while Save you use to save your work continuously. So all you need to do is to click on Save As. Once you click on Save As, it brings out this. You choose Document. Once you pick the document, it brings out a dialog box for you to give your document a name of your choice. Give your document a name of your choice. So now I'm going to give this document basic tutorial. Basics. Okay, let's call it basics of Microsoft Word. So once you do that, you click on save. Now I've saved this Microsoft Word document as what? Basics of Microsoft Word. Now if you come over here in the title bar, you observe that document 1 has been replaced with my basics of Microsoft Word. So this is basically how you can save your Microsoft Word document. Now let's close this Word document and go back to get it. So remember, I already have my Microsoft Word document on my taskbar, so I'm going to double click on it to bring up the Microsoft Word environment again, where I show you how to open a Word document. Over here you can see that the recent document we just edited is called Basics of Microsoft Word. I can simply click on this place to bring it out, or I go back to blank document, click on blank document, go to file and click on open. Under open you see your documents, you click on Basics of Microsoft Word document. Then shortcut for open is Ctrl+O. Ctrl+O is the shortcut for open. So this is basically how you can save your Word document and open your Word document. So the next thing we're going to do is how to insert pictures, shapes and tables. So how do we insert pictures to our Microsoft Word document? To insert pictures to your Microsoft Word document with the name insert, we're going to go to the insert tab. So if you click on the insert tab, you're going to see pictures, you're going to see shapes. So once I click on shapes, I have different shapes here. So if I want to select any of the shape, let's say I click on this shape, so I can drag it and draw it on the white space there, or I can simply use, to get a perfect shape, I'm going to use a keyboard. I'm going to use shift on my keyboard. I'll hold down the shift key and draw the shape. So I'll go to insert, click on shapes, pick any shape of your choice, hold down your shift key on the keyboard and drag it to give you a perfect shape. You can see the difference between this shape and the first one, which we drew freely without using the shift key. So this is basically how you can insert shape to Microsoft Word documents. So if you want to insert another shape as well, you can edit this shape. You can see this that looks like a diamond. You can use it to edit the shape. You can see that you can use it to edit this shape as well. You can come over here and click on edit points. Once you click on edit points, it's going to give you different points on your on the given shape for you to edit it. So if I take it this way now, I'll take each of the points to edit it. So if I drag it, I'm going to be getting different forms of shapes. So to my taste, I can decide to leave it this way, or I can decide to do more of editing. So this is basically how you can insert shapes to your Microsoft Word document. So how can you insert pictures? Go to insert, click on pictures. You can decide to click on online pictures if the pictures you want to insert is from the net. So I want to insert pictures from my computer. Click on pictures. It brings out a dialog box where I can select where the picture is. So I can see some pictures here, so I can just simply select any picture of my choice. Now I'm going to click on this picture and click on insert. Once I do that, the picture is being inserted on the work environment. Now this is the picture. I can resize this picture by dragging it from this point. I can resize it to my choice. I can drag it this way. So this is the picture here, and these are my shapes. So if you click on any of these, you're going to see a new tab comes up, which is called the format tab. Whenever you insert a shape, a picture, a table, whenever you click on that shape or picture, a new tab comes up, which the tab is known as the format tab, that you can use to format that picture or shape given on your screen. So here we have it now, format. We can decide to format this picture. You can decide to give it any style. You can use the picture style. You can decide to give it border. You can give it weight border, get a point, give it color. You can decide to do a lot of things to this. Okay, so it's basically dependent on the designer. So you can decide to give it picture effects, you can decide to give it glow, you can decide to give it reflection, and so on and so forth. This is basically how you can do that. If I click on this shape now, I'm going to see that format tab also that I can use to give it shape effect. I can tell you give it 3D rotation. I can, I can do a lot of things to it. I can decide to format it to my choice. I can try to give it text fill. You can see that. So this is basically a new additional tab that comes up whenever you click on a shape or a picture. Now, how do we insert table? To insert table, all you need to do is to go to insert. Under insert, you're going to see table. So in Microsoft Word, the table is read column row wise. Tables are read column row wise, not row column wise, rather column row wise. So if I click on this drop down arrow, I'm going to see this. So this simply means 3 columns 2 rows, 3 columns 2 rows. That is why it's written 3 by 2 table. So here the maximum column we have is 10 column, and the maximum rows we have is 8 rows. Now what about if you are told, okay, let's say you are told to insert 2 by 2 or 3 by 2 table. All you need to do is select 3 by 2 and click on it, and it's been inserted on your page. Now what if you are told to insert maybe 30 columns? In this case, you have just a maximum of 10 columns. All you need to do is to go to insert table. Once you go to insert table, you're going to see the number of columns for you to type in. So you simply type in 30 columns, and you want maybe two rows, or you want 5 rows, and you just simply type it and click on what OK, and it's being displayed for you automatically. Now observe that once you create a table, you're going to see additional 2 tabs, which are the design tab and the layout tab. Design tab is just like the format tab, and the layout tab. So these are basically the 2 tabs that you're going to see whenever you insert a table on your Microsoft Word document. Now you can as well decide to draw a table. Probably you want to draw the table yourself to suit your taste. You simply go to insert and go to draw table. Once you draw table, you hold down your mouse, hold down the left click and drag it down. Once you do that, to draw a line middle of the table, take it down middle of the table, not outside the table. If you do it outside the table, it's going to give you another square shape. You drag it down, hold your mouse and drag it down. It forms a straight line for you. So this is basically how you can draw table. Okay, you can see that. So if you want to return the pencil, you click on draw table and it returns the pencil. You can as well erase the table using the eraser. You can as well delete the table, and there's so many other things you can do to table. So we're going to talk about table in details next class. So if you're new to the channel, kindly hit the red bell subscribe button and turn the notification bell. And if you have any questions, drop it down in the comment section, and I will be glad to respond to you as soon as possible. Now the next thing we are going to look at is how to group. We're going to look at how to group shapes or pictures. Grouping means bringing two or more shapes together to become one. Now I have this shape here. I want to move. If I click on this shape, you can see I'm moving it. If I click on this one, I'm going to be moving it also. But I want to bring these 2 shapes together so that I can move it together. That's where it comes up with what? Grouping. Grouping, making 2 or more shapes to become one. So all you need to do is to click on the first one of the shapes and hold down your Control key on your keyboard and click on the second or second shape. If you have any other one, you still hold down your control key and click on it. So once you do that, you right click on top of one of the shape. Right click not outside the selected shape but inside one of the selected shapes. You right click on it, and once you right click on it, you will see where there is group. Under group, you click on what? Group. Once you click on group, these shapes becomes 1 instead of what? 2 in this case. So when I click on it now, I can easily carry the 2 shapes around. I can easily move the 2 shapes around, and I can format it together. So if I come over to format and go to shape fill, any color I choose makes effect to all the shapes I group together. So the short form for group is Ctrl+G as well. So if you want to give it outline, shape outline, it gives the same shape outline to all the shapes, and so on. So you can see that this is basically how you can do the grouping. If I want to give it shape effects, it also affects the entire shape. So okay, good. So this is it for grouping. So the next thing we want to talk about is text. So let's look at how we type and how to highlight text. So I want to look at how to highlight text. I'm going to delete all this. Now this is my work environment. Let's see what it's talking about. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to Pure Class. So now I've typed this. Please subscribe to Pure Class. For me to format this particular this statement, for me to make any changes to this statement, there is something I need to do in order to carry out that effect. For me to give it color, for me to make it bold, italics, underline, I need to highlight the text. I need to do what? Highlight the text. So there are different ways you can highlight the text. So I'm going to walk you through step by step about 3 ways you can highlight your text. The first way is to place your blinking cursor in front or at the back of the text you want to highlight, then hold down your left click and drag it towards the direction you want to highlight. So now I'm dragging it towards the left because I want to highlight the text at the left, because my cursor is at the right. So this is it. Anywhere I want to stop, I will release my hand from the left click. Now another way for you to highlight is simply, let's say I want to highlight class alone. I'll double click on class for it to be what? Highlighted. That is, tap the left click twice. Once you do that, the class is being what? Highlighted, or you can say the class is being what? Selected. Now what about if I want to highlight the whole sentence without dragging the mouse or stuff like that? I'll go to any of any place the blinking cursor on any of the text in the sentence, then I'll tap the left click 3 times. In this case, I'm going to type it 3 times in order to select the whole text. Okay, I'm going to tap it 3 times. Okay, once you do that, the whole text or statement is being what? Selected. Another way, which is the third way you can use to highlight your text, is to use the shift key on your keyboard and the arrow key. The shift and the arrow key. So once you hold down your shift key and move your arrow, you have the arrow in different direction, up, down, left, right. So depending on the location you move the arrow, that is where it's going to be selected. So I'm going to move it towards the left at this point. You can see selecting it. If I want to move it towards the right, I hold down the shift key, move the right arrow. You can see that. So this is basically how the 3 ways you can use to highlight or select text in Microsoft Word document. So now we want to talk about formatting. How can I format this text? By giving it color, changing the handwriting, underlining it, increasing the font size, and changing the font style. Now if I want to select this, if I want to format this, I'm going to select it first. The first thing to do is to select. If you don't select it, any effect you make will not be what? change. Anything you do is not going to be affected on the text unless you select that particular text. Now I've selected the text. Now I'll go to home. Under home, I can see the clipboard command, I can see the font command, I can see the paragraph command. Now let's basically look at this font command. The font command, this is called the font style. That is just like saying the handwriting, changing the handwriting of your text. Now the shortcut for this font is Ctrl plus Shift plus F. It brings the font for you to do whatever you want to do to the font style, increase the size, give you bold, italics, and so on. So now I'm going to change the handwriting here. I'll click on the drop down arrow, and once I click on the drop down arrow, it's going to show me different handwriting from which I can actually choose any style of my choice. So let's say I pick this style, click on it, you can see it. Once you keep on scrolling down, you're going to get different handwriting, so it's left for you to now say, oh, this is the one I want, oh, this is the one I don't want. So I think I'll go with that handwriting, or I'll go with okay, I think I'll go with that particular one. Okay, so let's go with the one I chose initially. So this is the font size. To increase it, I can increase the font size. You can see that to 72. Now what if you look at this, the highest font size here is 72. So if I want to let's say I want to, maybe you were told to put in 50, I can just simply type in 50 here. Once I type in 50, I hit on the enter command. Once I hit on the enter command, you can see that the effect is being taken. Now over here you have the bold. To make it bold, click on it. You can see it, you can see it, you can see it. To give it italics, like to give it slant, and the shortcut for bold is Ctrl plus B, while the shortcut for italics is Ctrl plus I. Now I can decide to underline this text by clicking on this U with an underline under it. You can change the style of your underline to anyone. You can see that. So you can just basically do a lot of things here. So I want to remove the italics. I simply deselect the italics. You can see it's now bold and underlined. Now if I want to strike through the text, I just click on this ABC that is being strike through, and it gives it a strike through. If I want to deselect it, I come over there and still click on it to deselect it. Now this particular A that has an upper arrow is used to increase the font size as well. You can see that you can use this to decrease the font size. Now this is used to give it different sentence case, different change case, give it sentence case, uppercase, lowercase, capitalize each word, and toggle case. So if I click on the arrow, I'm going to see different. The sentence case gives you the first letter in capital letter and while others in small letter. That the first letter of the sentence begins with uppercase while the rest of the letters begins with lowercase. So let's see it. You can see that. So let's just go through it and look at other one. Lowercase, everything becomes lowercase. Uppercase, everything becomes uppercase. And capitalize each word. Each word, the first letter of each word comes up in capital letters. So you can see that. Toggle case, the first letter of each word is in small letter while others are in caps lock. So we're going to put it back in uppercase and proceed with the video. So now I want to look at how to give it background color. So if I click on this, I'm going to see different colors. So I just basically choose any color of my choice and give it background color. So this here you have the font color. Click on it, select any color of your choice, and you have the font color. Remember, before you do anything, you must highlight the text. So I'll highlight the text, come over here, choose any color of my choice. So I have it here as please subscribe to Pure Class. So if I want to change the color, I'll still select the text again, come over here and choose another color. Now I can give it text effect by highlighting it, come over here, select any effect of my choice, and as well click on it, and boom, it comes up as displayed. Now if you want to make changes totally, you can just simply come to this arrow key. It brings out everything about the font. You can, in the short form, is Ctrl+D. Once you click on it, it brings out a dialog box for you to make different changes to it. Now here you have more effects to apply to. Have double strike through, have the superscript and the subscript is also here. We have this subscript and this is superscript. We have hidden small caps, all caps, and stuff like that. We have underline style. We have the underline style. You can give it underline color. You can see underline color. You can just decide to choose underline color for it, and you're gonna get it. So you see the sample is being displayed there, the preview. If you like it, you click on what OK. So this is basically how to format your text while editing your document. Okay, now the next thing we want to talk about is how to copy, how to cut, and how to save our Microsoft Word document. So how to cut, how to copy, and how to paste. Now the difference between this cut and copy is basically simple. Now let's look at what happens. I want to copy Pew class. If I want to copy, I'll select what I want to copy, right click on it and click on what, copy, or you simply use the short form, which is Ctrl+C. So once I click on it, remember when I say click, it's talking about left click. Once I clicked on it, it's being copied to the clipboard. This is the clipboard. Now when I want to paste, I'll simply move my cursor to where I want to paste it and click on Ctrl+V, that is short form, or I'll simply right click and look at paste options. We have different paste options. So if I want to leave it this way, if I want to leave it formatted, if I want to leave it this way, if I want to leave it this way, I'll just click on the one I want and it's shown to yours. So once I click on it, you can see it. Now notice that when I use copy, the original text is still displayed and the duplicate is also what, displayed. Now what about cut? Now if I copy this Pew class again, if I select this Pew class again, right click on it, now use the scissors icon, which is cut, to cut something off. Okay, when you use cut, you're cutting it off from the original position and placing it in another position. So you can get the point now. Cutting it off from the original position, placing it in another position. So once I click on cut, or I simply use the short form, which is Ctrl+X, Ctrl+X is going to cut off that text from the original position, and I'm going to place it in another position using the short form for paste, which is Ctrl+V, or you simply right click on it and click on paste, or you come over here and click on paste. So I'm going to use the short form, which is Ctrl+V, and I have it here. Now the difference between copy and cut is copy copies the work, leaves the original text, and also duplicates the text, while cut cuts off the original text and paste it in another location. So this is basically the difference between cut, copy, and paste. So this is how you can actually use the cut, copy, and paste. So if you're new to the channel, kindly hit that red bell subscribe button. Yes, that bell looking at that red subscribe button looking at you. Hit on it, smash on the bell, yes, ring that bell, so that whenever I post videos on Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, you will be among the very first to be notified. Thank you. So the next thing we're going to look at is how to apply watermark to your document. How to apply watermark to your document. Now I want this document to be seen that it's coming from YouTube. So what I'm going to do is to apply watermark so that whenever I print this document and anyone that sees it knows that it's coming from YouTube. All I need to do is to go to design. Under design, I'm going to see where they wrote watermark. Now there's already programmed samples of watermark here. We have the confidential, we have the draft, we have the do not copy, and so on and so forth. So these are the samples of a watermark that appears in all your pages. So here I have different ones. So if you like any of them, you can just simply choose it. Maybe you want it to be written confidential, you can simply choose it. But if you want to you prepare your own watermark, you come over to custom watermark, you click on custom watermark. Once you click on custom watermark, we want a text watermark. If you want a picture watermark, you can still see it here. But if you want a text watermark, click on text watermark. Now, if you've not seen the video on how I talked about how to apply watermark to your document in the full details, click on the link above, or you check out the description below and click on where I talked about how to apply watermark to your document. So I'm going to simply be fast about this now. So I'll come over here, select this, and I'll type in YouTube. Here I'm going to choose any font style of my choice. Maybe still this, and size, automatic, color. I can decide to use this color. So here diagonal, I want it diagonal, I said apply. Once I apply, you can see the YouTube is very faint, so I remove the semi-transparent, and I'll click on apply again. Now if I like it, now I'm going to close it, and it's going to be displayed on my pages. Now this is the first page, written page 1 of 1. Now if I have extra pages, that same watermark will be displayed on it. You can see that. So this shows that this is a YouTube document. So this is basically how to add watermark to your Microsoft Word document. So let's talk about how to add bullets and numbering. So to add bullets and numbering, let's say you want to talk about list of items, list of fruits. So list of fruits, so I'm going to change this to the font color to be red, list of fruits. So the first list I want to use the bullet. To use the bullet, you go under a command, paragraph command, under the home tab. The paragraph command, you see here, you have, this is bullet, this is numbering, and this is another type of number which is called the multi-level list. So we're going to talk about the bullets now. Click on the drop down arrow, you select any bullet of your choice, any one of your choice, and it's going to be displayed. Once you select that, you can now start writing different fruits that you desire. So once you hit on enter, it's going to appear as the bullet. So you can type in this, hit on enter, you get more of it. You have so this is it. So you can just change the color. Okay, so this is how to apply bullet to your Microsoft Word document. The same thing applies to numbering. I want to give it a number. I can simply come over here and select any number of my choice. I can use this, I can decide to use this. Once I select it, I can still write in the things, the fruits. Once I hit on it, it takes me to another number. So this is how to apply bullet and numbering to your Microsoft Word document. So still on the paragraph, we have this, which is align left, align right, middle, and right, and justify. So when you're typing a huge document, it's advisable you justify your work to give it an evenly distribution. So here I'm going to use another type of text. In this case, I'm going to just use a random text to explain this. So I'm going to use a random text to explain this. So if you're new to the channel, kindly hit the red bell subscribe button, turn on notification bell so that whenever I post awesome videos, you will be among the first to be notified. So now we have a random text here, so I'm going to change the color of this text and I'm going to change the font style so that we can be able to actually look into what I'm about to do. So selecting this text, I'm going to use my shift key and drop down arrow to select every part of the text that I want below, every part of the text that is being seen below, so that I can easily format this. So here I'm going to remove the underline. I'm going to change this color to black. I'm going to change the font style to any other style of my choice. So I'm going to also, okay, now if you look at it, the texts are not so beautifully arranged. Now to arrange this beautifully, probably you have a whole page of 50 pages scattered this way. Now I have 7 pages. To do this, select it, come over here and click on justify. Once you click on justify, you can see the text are being arranged well. Now if you want it to be in center, click on center. If you want it left, click on left alignment, right alignment, and justify. So if you want double spacing, probably you were told to write and may say double spacing, triple spacing, 1.5 and stuff like that. You come over here, select it, and you can see the double spacing between the first line and the second line. So this is basically how to do that. So the next thing I want to talk about is how to add drop cap to your Microsoft Word document. How do we add drop cap to our Microsoft Word document? Now drop cap is mostly seen in newspapers, mostly in magazines. Drop cap is just using the first letter of a detailed note or topic, the first letter to cover 2 or 3 lines. So now the first letter here in this is what? Letter V. So I'll select letter V. I'll go to insert. Under insert, I'll move toward the text direction. Under text, I'm going to see drop cap. Add drop cap. Here it said create a large capital letter at the beginning of a paragraph. Create a large capital letter at the beginning of a paragraph. So once I click on it, it will ask you, do you want to remove the drop cap, or you want it dropped, or you want it to be imaging. So I want it dropped. Once I click on dropped, you can see how different it is from the first method. So this is called a drop cap. So this is basically how you can add drop cap to your Microsoft Word document. So moving on to the next thing we're going to do, we want to look at how we can insert a new page to Microsoft Word document. Now the shortcut to insert new page, just once you get to the last page, you can just hit on enter. It gives you a new page automatically. So the next thing we want to talk about is how to insert header and footer. Header is just something on top of the of each of the page, while footer is a note below each of the page. So to do that, we'll come over to insert. Under insert, we're going to see header. Here you have the header. So there are different types of header. You can see this having just one text space available. Here you have 2 texts available, just like saying 3 columns, while here you have a single column, blank column. You can see that. So any one of your choice, let's say I want this, I simply click on it. You can see the header appears here. So I can actually type in a text here. I can say Pure Class. So Pure Class Tutorial. It will appear in every page of your document. Once I do that, I click on any other place and you can see that the Pure Class Tutorial appears there. If you go to the next page, you're going to still see it here, Pure Class Tutorial. If you go to the next page, Pure Class Tutorial. You go to the next page, you have Pure Class Tutorial. So this is how you can add header to your Microsoft Word document. So how can we add footer, something that will be seen below. Same way, go to insert. Under insert, you go to footer. You'll see different samples of footer. You can see by number banded, you can see by these 3 columns. So any one of your choice. If I want this, I click on this, it brings it out. So I'll type in a date. Let's say I type in 2022, and once I do that, I click on the middle page, and the middle of the page or anywhere outside the footer line, and I'll get the 2022. So if I move to the next page, I'll still have my header as pure class tutorial, footer as 2022, header pure class tutorial, footer as 2022. If you're new to this channel and you have a question, drop your question in the comment section, and I will be glad to respond to you and give you solution to what you're looking for. So this is basically how you can add header and footer to your Microsoft Word document. So this is a basic introduction, and we're still going to talk about other advanced tutorial in Microsoft Word, where we'll talk about how to add equations, how to add symbols and stuff of that nature. So how do we add background color? We want to look at how to add background color to Microsoft Word document. To add background color to your Microsoft Word document, that is the background of the document. You don't want it to be white, you want it to be maybe something, another color. Come to design, click on design. Once you go to design, you're going to see colors. If you see colors, you can select any color of your choice here to get the color format or the color theme. So once you have the color theme here, you'll be okay. Then you go to page background. So when you go to page background, you see page color. So when you choose any page color here, you can see the sample, the display. You can change it to dark theme. So if I have it this way, you can see that this is basically how you can apply background color to your Microsoft Word document. So how can we add page borders? Page borders is just like a line at the edge of your document. So the same way, you go to design, go to the right hand side and click on page border. Once you click on page border, it brings out a dialog box written borders and shading. Under the borders and shading, you can see this. We have none of this. We have no border currently. So to add this border, you're going to select the type of line you want. So I want it to be in box form. Once I click on the box form, I'll see the sample here. So the line I want, probably I want this type of line. I select the type of line I want. If I want a color to be given to it, I can pick any color of my choice, and it will be given to it. So if I want it to have the weight, I can increase it to 2. I can apply to a particular page, and I can apply to the whole document. So now I want to apply to the whole document. I click on what? Apply to all. Now we have the page border. So let's go back to that page border again. You can decide to add art. Click on art. You can see different types of art. You select any of it. Once you select any of it, you select whether you want the whole document or this particular section on only the first page. Anyway, you click on OK, and it's being displayed. So this is how you can add page border to your Microsoft Word document. So I'll go back and select the initial one. I prefer that. Okay. So pick the color, this, and apply to all. So we have this. So this is how to apply page borders to your Microsoft Word document. So basically, we've talked about the introduction to Microsoft Word document. We've talked about how to create and save our work Microsoft Word document. We've talked about how to add bullets. We've talked about how to insert pictures. We've talked about how to group objects. We've talked about how to do a lot of things in this video. So remember, when you are typing and you use control, you use your saved for continuous saving, or you simply use Control plus S to save your work continuously. Now, what about when you want to print? How do you print? Once you want to print and you finish editing everything you want to edit, you simply come over to File, go to Print, and once you go to Print, you're going to see Print Preview, so that you can check out what you have. You can see the preview here. You can see that. So you just scroll up and down to see how your work looks like. If you are fine with it, you select the printer name, then you select the number of copies, and you select if you want to print all pages or print one-sided, collated, and stuff like that. Then you click on what print. So this is basically how you can do all these things. So you can see our table of content, and this is a basic introduction of Microsoft Word documents. So if you're new to the channel, kindly hit the red bell subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and also leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll be glad to respond to you. So with this, you can easily edit, type in Microsoft Word environment. So see you next time, where we're going to talk about advanced tutorial of Microsoft Word. So see you next time, and don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. Thank you.